Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day, the recitation, Gaudi Kabir Ji, Tipade, compositions of 3 stanzas, and the recitation. Kanchan Siau Paieai nahi tol, मन दे राम लिया है मोल, अब मोहे राम अपना कर जानिया, सहज सुभाए मेरा मन मानिया। रहो ब्रह्मे कथ कथ अंत न पाया, राम भगत बैठे घर आया। कहो कबीर चंचल मत त्यागी, केवल राम भगत निज भागी। So a sense of accomplishment. Kabir has achieved the desired state. Kanchan Siau Paieai nahi tol. One cannot obtain or find the Creator within or the self, even by weighing all the gold that one can gather. So in other words, this is a hint to people that you cannot pay money. You cannot buy the self. This is an experience that has to be had. Man de Ram liya hai mol. And here is what is required. I have transacted, yes, but I have given up my mind. Man de Ram liya hai mol. Mol, bought, exchanged. So essentially, one has to unconditionally submit to the self. That is the transaction. That is the exchange. Ab mohe Ram apna kar janeya. Now there is no difference between me and Ram, the Creator self, because I have molded my mind to be what the Creator likes, which is established virtues, qualities, development of potential. And then, Sahaj Subhai Mera Man Manya. Sahaj Subhai. Again, a pointer that this is a natural process that is innate to us. No harsh practices are needed. This is not something that you can do and hope to accomplish the self. No, it isn't going to happen that way. This involves submission. And Sahaj means at ease, natural. It is innate to you, that wisdom of the self. Mera man manya. When my mind submitted itself, it settled into that state of spontaneous ease. What it means is this wisdom now has become second nature to me, which is also Vivek Buddhi. You see, those are shades of wisdom. What that means is that when I now deal with life on a day-to-day basis, in fact, on a moment-to-moment basis, I do that without any prejudices, without any preconceived ideas, because I'm acting from the perspective of wisdom. So depending on the situation, I will not be swayed by my own past prejudices. In other words, one has control over one's subconscious mind that keeps prodding us to repeat ourselves in our habits. So you're not habitual anymore. Sahaj Subhai Mera Man Manya. So Sabad then becomes innate to you. That's what's going on. Brahme kath kath ant na paya, Ram Bhagat baithe kare aaya. So what he's saying is, reading and rereading of the Vedas is not going to get you a sense of its limits, because that is what Brahma was trying to do, is to be able to fathom what is essentially unfathomable. But Kabir says, Ram Bhagat baithe kare aaya. The Bhagat, the devotee, one who has feeling, the intensity of love. For them, they don't have to go, they don't have to practice this reading, scriptural learning. And that applies to even the sixth scripture. We cannot get caught in it because it is pointing to the Guru within us, essentially. So Ram Bhagat Baithe Kare Aya, within you, you have to develop this intense devotion. That is the message of the Guru Granth Sahib. So reading, rereading the Guru Granth Sahib isn't going to do you a whole lot of good if you have not reflected on it and assimilated the message. Then the transference has been done to yourself, because eventually you are the scripture. You have to read the mind. The mind is already the scripture, but you're reading the ego mind. You have to read the Ram, the name that we give, the specific name that we give to the mind. The Unman, not the Inman, not the limited mind, but the unlimited mind. Kaho Kabir chanchal mat tyagi, and so Kabir makes that point here. Chanchal mat tyagi, chanchal wavering, this is the ego. That state of mind, Kabir says, I have renounced, I have given it up. And now my mind is steady because the self is steady. Sahaj, it is in a state of spontaneous ease. There is no wavering. Keval Ram Bhagat Nij Pagi. Pagi, devotion of Ram. That is the only thing Kabir says I have focused on. So what he is saying is, all ritual, all worship of gods and goddesses are put aside, and you begin to live by developing your potential, which means virtue, which means your capacities, expansion of the mind. That is what Kabir is saying. That's why Kanchan Siau Paieai nahi tol, it cannot be bought. You have to submit. You have to give your mind over. You have to give up the conditioning of the mind, the cultural conditioning that inhabits your mind right now. That has to go. On that note, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.